Well, today we're talking about background music and how it can improve your videos. Let's get into it. Well, hey, what's up? My name is Tony and I'm a filmmaker photographer in the St. Louis area. Today we are talking about background music. Music is so important for video creation because it helps display emotion within your video. Now you can take the same clip and put different music to the clip and it will completely change the way that clip feels to the viewer. So we're going to talk about kind of my way of discovering and adding music into my video, and I want to offer a few tips and tools that you should look into when it comes to music. Now, to get started, let's talk about a little bit about my story. Like most YouTubers, I started with just finding some non-copyrighted free music online. Things like no copyright, what is it? Sounds, no copyright sounds. If you remember that, it's super techno and all sorts of different things. And there's a couple different things that offer free non-copyrighted music that you can use in your YouTube videos. But the problem is they're very limiting and typically they're not that great. So I started the discovery route of finding out how can I get good music into my videos. About that same time, Epidemic Sound was just starting to kind of take off and they added their first subscription package, which was incredible because you could get for like 15 or 20 bucks a month, you could get unlimited amounts of songs out of their library and put them into your YouTube songs. Now, Epidemic Sound is great. I still have a subscription with them, but the problem is a lot of their music kind of sounds the same. It's kind of that vloggy, a little bit of a tech kind of sound, which is good and it's worked for me for the most part, but I've definitely bumped my head up against some of their library, especially when it comes to some of my client projects. So like wedding videos or promo videos, things like that. It's kind of hard for me to find different songs that fit. So I would go to companies like MusicBed and some of these higher end ones. Premium Beat has some good stuff that I would kind of pull from, but I would have to purchase a song per video to license them. So about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 weeks ago, a company called Artlist.io reached out to me and they said, hey, we would love for you to try out our library for free, and if you like it, you can make a video explaining your experience. And so that's where we're at today. So I just want to say that I have really enjoyed digging into the library of Artlist.io, and I have never felt stuck or in a specific category like some of the other companies that I've went with in the past. So I just want to pass on some information to you about Artlist, and if you're interested, you get 2 free months on top of your subscription if you sign up in my link down below. Also, I get a little bit kickback, but mostly I want to equip you with some good tools that you can use. Now, Artlist has a variety of different songs. If you've been listening to my videos for the past, month or two, I have kind of switched to Artlist, and you can kind of see that there's a shift from just that same vloggy style music to a wide variety of music. So they've got tons of music. It's easy to discover because they have spotlight collections, which you can go through and they put them in all sorts of different collections so that you can put, your idea. Say you're making a cinematic video, you can look through that collection. You can also search by genre, you can search by mood, you can search by film style, all sorts of different ways to help you discover what kind of music you need. Another thing that Artlist.io offers with their subscriptions are sound effects. And we're not talking about just some cheesy guy standing on a street corner with a Zoom recording city noise. We're talking professional studio grade sound effects engineered by music producers. They offer things like hits and whooshes for transitions, wildlife noises, weather, you name it. And it's in a very easy way to navigate so that you can find the sound that you are looking for. The way that they kind of package their plans are you can either get just the sound effects, you could get just the music, or you could get the sound effects and music. Now, we haven't even talked about Artgrid.io, which is their stock footage, which is just the same quality of video, but it's a completely different package and a completely different conversation. So maybe we'll talk about that in the future. But if you wanted to sign up for Artgrid.io, you also get that 2-month free on top of your subscription. Now, here's where it gets interesting with Artlist.io concerning licensing. Now, with most companies, when you license a video, you have to keep it on your YouTube channel or whatever that platform is. With Artlist.io, when you license a song, it is now yours and you can do whatever you want with that video. So if you want to put it on your YouTube channel, you can. If you want to give it to your client and they put it on their Facebook page, no problems at all, which is a really big deal because I've ran into some speed bumps with MusicBed and other companies when I pass on videos to clients and then they get flagged, which is never very professional. So that's one thing that I really like about Artlist.io. And even if you've put it in a song, you can use it in another video in the future. Once you license that song, it's yours, which is pretty cool. So let me pass on a few different tips on how you can improve your music background in your videos. The first thing is to really think through what emotion are you trying to portray in your video. It's easy to go straight into cinematic with those big Michael Bay wow, but the problem is if your footage doesn't really match that, and that's not the idea that you want to portray, then that music just doesn't fit. So really think through before you start picking out music, what is the idea, what is the emotion that you see in this video? The next thing is to remember music ducking. What you need to do is when you're talking, you actually drop the music level significantly. I found the sweet spot for me is around that negative 20 to 25 decibels. Now, I found in my entire video, I will drop all of my music about 8 decibels. So like my intro clip, any kind of like just music that I have playing, I drop it about 8 decibels and that matches the volume of what my voice is when I'm recording. When it comes to sound effects, there's a couple different things you can do to help manipulate that sound effect to create the sound exactly what you want. The first thing you can do is remember you can change the speed of that sound effect. If you slow it down, it'll sound a little bit deeper. If you speed it up, it will sound a little bit faster and higher pitched. So what that means is that if you need it to fit a certain length, or maybe you want that whoosh to be a little bit higher whoosh or a little bit lower whoosh, whoosh, then you can change the speed of it to actually change the sound. Another thing is you can duplicate sound effects to make them sound even more grand. So like I'll maybe have a hit at the top and then a whoosh underneath. And so that way when you have both of them hit at the same time, it sounds really powerful. Also, another trick that I do with sound effects is I actually duplicate the sound effect and then reverse the first one and layer them so that you hear it coming in and then you hear it going out. Give that a try. All of those tips will help you improve having music be a supplemental feature opposed to fighting your content. And if you can dial in your music, I promise you, your videos are gonna get better. So, if this video has helped you, I would love for you to like it. Like I said earlier, if you sign up for Artlist.io with my link, you get 2 extra free months, which is kind of cool. And we're part of Team Artlist.io together. So, if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to this video, and I will see you in the next video.